Good afternoon, everybody. Big Mike back here with you once again. Welcome back to Big Mike Talks, where today I'm gonna finally give you my review of WWE's Royal Rumble. Now, initially, I just watched the two Rumbles with my family, and we did other things, so that's fun. So I need to go back and take notes, which is what I did. The last couple days, actually. So, sorry this is a bit delayed, but here I am today. And let's get ready to rumble as we start off with a Stephanie McMahon promo. She opens the show. It was very nice. And we start off with the Women's Royal Rumble. Now, I am not going to go through absolutely everything. I'll go through entrances and eliminations. That's it. And then maybe I'll obviously go over the winner. And we'll go from there. So, numbers 1 and 2. Number 1, Io Sky. Definitely a solid open. Joining her at number 2, the former Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan. To start, definitely some elimination attempt spots. Until we get to number 3, NXT's Roxanne Perez. Definitely be interesting to see her in the Rumble. I thought she was going to get a call-up pretty soon, but I guess we'll see. Maybe that's after WrestleMania. Entrant number 4, the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyria, which is definitely very interesting. Goes right after Roxanne, which is very, very, very interesting. Entrant number 5, it's Chelsea Green, the United States Women's Champion. Kind of goes for Io at first, but then kind of begs off into the corner a little bit. Entrant number 6, B-Fab, and she showed out a little bit in this Royal Rumble, making a beeline for Chelsea. Entry number 7, it's Ivy Nile, who went right after Lyra Valkyria. Entrant number 8, from Pure Fusion Collective, it's Zoe Stark. Entrant number 9, it's NXT's Lash Legend. We've seen her a couple times on the main roster, challenging for the women's tag team titles. And at that point, B-Fab eliminates Chelsea Green. Entrant number 10. And no, it's not Ty Dillinger. It's Bianca Belair, one half of the women's tag team champions, who kind of gets into an alliance with Lash Legend. Doesn't really eliminate anybody, but that's fine. Entrant number 11, it's Shayna Baszler. And at that point, Lyra is eliminated by Ivy Nile via the suplex, which that was awesome. Entrant number 12, it's the defending Royal Rumble winner, it's Bayley. Entrant 13, rounding out the Pure Fusion Collective, it's Sonya Deville, who Pure Fusion Collective pretty much runs wild for a little bit. Including a spot here with entrant number 14. It's Maxine Dupri, who goes right after, goes face to face with Ivy Nile, hits the reverse caterpillar, tosses her out of the ring, and as she's celebrating, turns around to the entirety of the Pure Fusion Collective, looking at her like a piece of meat, and they all eliminate her. Then we got a little standoff between Pure Fusion Collective, Bayley, Naomi, and Io. They fight for a little bit as number 15 comes in. It's Naomi. Oh, whoops. Anyway, at that point, Zoe, Sonya, and Shayna are eliminated by those three. Entrant number 16, someone I'm not that familiar with because I don't really watch NXT. It's Jada Parker, and she's a little basic, but I do like what she has. And at that point, Lash Legend is eliminated by Chelsea Green via the low bridge. Then Green gets up, goes face to face with Naomi and Bianca, the tag team champions. And who comes in at number 17? It's her tag team partner, Piper Niven. She gets in the ring. The two teams brawl for a bit. Green ends up over the top rope, but lands on the apron. And Naomi and Bianca are trying to eliminate her. Piper goes for an attack. Naomi and Bianca move. Piper hits Chelsea Green, sending her out of the match. So I think that is going to be our WrestleMania match for the Women's United States title. I think that could be a fun one. Number 18, it's Natalya. Good to see Natalya back. Haven't seen her in a while. Gets in the ring, pretty much goes right after Bianca, which is very interesting. Then we got number 19, fully under contract to WWE this time, unlike last year, in last year's Rumble. It's former TNA Knockouts champion, Jordynne Grace. She is now fully signed to WWE. Gets in the ring, immediately eliminates Jada Parker. Number 20, it's Mi Chin. And then post that, Grace and Naomi see each other. They embrace, which is very nice. Referencing their time in TNA together. Number 20 is Mi Chin. She kind of goes right after Piper Niven, which is, believable. Number 21, we got our first surprise entrant our first return entrant in the Women's Royal Rumble. It's Alexa Bliss. She has been out of action due to having a child. Congratulations, Miss Bliss, and welcome back. And the reaction she got when that music hit, it was beautiful. It was something on the level of Edge coming back. Well, maybe not that big, but it was pretty big. Number 22, it's Zelina Vega. Good to see her in there. 23 is Candice LeRae. Very late addition to the announced participants. Number 24, NXT/CMLL's own Stephanie Vaquer, which is very, very interesting. She absolutely showed out, did some, if I may quote Kalisto on this, some good lucha things. Number 25, the return of living legend Trish Stratus. Which, that was a big surprise. I love me a little Trish. Her story with Zoe Stark and Becky Lynch was awesome. A few years ago, it was a whole lot of fun. Number 26, getting down to it. It's Raquel Rodriguez. So Liv Morgan gets a little backup. They hit the powerbomb senton move on a couple of people, eliminating Natalya and then Alexa Bliss, which gets a very, very big reaction from the crowd. Number 27, another big return, as it's, woo! It's Charlotte Flair. This return was announced in previous weeks, but it is good to see her back. And say what you will about Charlotte, she is absolutely fantastic. Comes in and eliminates both Mi Chin and Piper Niven, kind of back to back. 28, NXT Women's Champion Julia from New Japan Pro Wrestling. She gets in, immediately gets into it with Jordynne Grace, and then just tosses her over the top rope. Number 29, we got Nia Jax. And at that time, Candice LeRae was attempting to eliminate Zelina Vega. Nia comes right up behind her, pulls her leg down, and eliminates her. At that point, Trish Stratus comes around, eliminates Candice LeRae. And then Nia returns the favor, eliminates Trish by tossing her over the top rope. I hope Trish is okay. That looks a little scary. And then number 30, another big return, as it's Nikki Bella, who got a pretty dang good reaction. Then at that point, we have a bunch of people trying to eliminate each other. It was Trish, Naomi, Bianca, Raquel, and Liv, all trying to eliminate each other. They're on various levels trying to hang on. Then Nia just comes over, flips them over. It was a little bit awkward. I can see what they were going for, but ultimately it looked a little weird on screen. Hopefully those ladies are okay. A little bit later, Roxanne Perez eliminates Julia. And then Nikki Bella eliminating Bayley. Did not see that coming. Then a little bit after that, Nia Jax eliminates Nikki Bella. So now we have our final three. It's Charlotte, Nia, and Roxanne Perez. Very interesting final three. At that point, Nia Jax pretty much powers Roxanne Perez over the top. Gets caught by Charlotte, who powers her over the ropes to win the 2025 Royal Rumble. Charlotte Flair. And I know people are complaining, she just got back and now she's pushed again. I'm kind of excited for this because we got two prospects coming. We've got Charlotte versus Tiffany Stratton for WrestleMania, which is, I hope, the direction WWE is going for. Or we could have match 3 between Rhea Ripley and Charlotte, which, you know, I wouldn't mind either. So, were there people I would have liked to see win a bit more? Absolutely. But I am not saying no to I'm not saying boo to Charlotte Flair. Alright, next match up. We finally got a tag team title match on pay-per-view. And it's the WWE Tag Team titles. But it's not just a 1 fall match. It's a 2 out of 3 falls match. Meaning you win 2 matches, you win the titles. Our participants, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, the Motor City Machine Guns, taking on DIY, that's Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. And what I am so happy about this match was, it was given time. It wasn't a TV 2 out of 3 falls match. We have a surprise roll-up right in the beginning, 1-0. Shock roll-up, middle of the match, 1-1. And then just a normal match the rest of the way through. This was given time, thought, and honestly a lot of love. First fall comes after a fake-out tag by DIY. Looked like Tommaso went for the tag. Gargano pulled it back. But Ciampa still did the motion. Gargano got in, which made Shelley think Gargano was the legal man. Kept an eye on him. So then Ciampa was in the corner, hit a big old knee to pick up win numero uno. So yeah, that was definitely a smart fall from DIY. taking shortcuts to win matches. I'm okay with that. The next fall, definitely way more intense. They definitely brought it up to the next gear. But it finishes. At one point, we see Tommaso Ciampa go underneath, jump off from the apron, go underneath the ring, come out on the machine gun side to block a tag, which I want to see more teams do stuff like that. That is so smart. But end of the fall, we see the Motor City Machine Guns hit Skull and Bones to pick up win number 2. And then number 3, you see everybody. They're tired. They're exhausted. They're ready to give up. But they still keep fighting. And then at that point, the Guns have DIY ready for another Skull and Bones. Then we see Montez Ford on the other side of the ring. He gets the ref's attention. Then Angelo Dawkins gets behind the Motor City Machine Guns, hits them both with crutch. Then DIY Ciampa tags in Gargano. They hit Meat in the Middle to win the final fall and win the titles. And at that point, while DIY are celebrating, Montez Ford gets in the ring, tries to grab the tag team titles. DIY bail to the outside, kind of go a little bit way up the ramp, where awaiting Angelo Dawkins sits and hits them both with the crutch. They then pose for a little bit with the tag team titles before laying them on top of DIY's prone bodies. This match was absolutely fantastic. This was a love letter to tag team wrestling. We haven't seen it from WWE in a while. Not to say other tag matches were bad, but considering this was on pay-per-view, this felt way more special. And now we got the next feud for DIY coming up. It's the Street Profits. Although I wouldn't be surprised if the Machine Guns were still in the mix. Maybe we do a triple threat cage match or something at WrestleMania. I could be down with that. Anyway, next matchup on the card. It's for the WWE Undisputed / Winged Eagle title, as Cody Rhodes takes on Kevin Owens in a ladder match. And this was not a pleasant watch. Like, these two guys clearly still have such vitriol for one another. Including, at one point, them brawling in the crowd, wasting some beers, which, don't do that anymore. Eventually, Kevin Owens comes out with the smallest ladder I've ever seen. Maybe it's leftover from the WLC match from years ago, if you guys remember that. And yeah, we had all kinds of craziness. At one point, Kevin Owens had a ladder set on its side, so edge up. He was going to pile drive Cody Rhodes on it. Rhodes blocked it, backdrops him into the edge, which is just crazy. Then also at one point you see Cody Rhodes going up the ladder. One of the rungs breaks. So instead of replacing it, Cody Rhodes starts using it as a weapon, which that was honestly really nuts. They toss each other through ladders. One point we see Kevin Owens have a kind of smaller ladder set up in a corner. And when Cody Rhodes went up, Owens got him, kind of adjusted pop-up powerbomb into it, which was just, that was nutty. Then to kind of finish up, we have a ladder bridge between the ring and the announce table. Owens has Cody Rhodes up on it, on the announce table, about to hit a package pile driver. Cody Rhodes then stands up, hits an Alabama slam through it. So then Cody Rhodes gets back in the ring, goes up, reaches the titles, unhooks both. So your winner, and still WWE Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. That was probably the craziest ladder match I have ever seen. Like, Cody Rhodes in his ladder spots is absolutely nuts, and he needs to be given more credit. And Kevin Owens bringing the fight, like, jeez, that was an insane match. Bravo to both guys. Now let's see where we're going for WrestleMania with these two, cause there ain't no way they're sitting that out. And speaking of, we now... Actually, before we get to this next match, we see WWE Evolve announced for Tubi. If you don't know what Evolve is, it was a independent US promotion that was associated with WWE for a little bit until it closed its doors. I want to say that was like 2-3 years ago. But now it looks like WWE... It's kind of a feeder system for WWE now. So that could be fun. And then we get a little like highlight thing from Pat McAfee's football career, which, you know, it was a fake highlight of a fake punt and then him making a tackle on an actual punt, which was, I don't know, it was a little weird. But I guess it was to give more time for our main event, and it's the Men's Royal Rumble. I have been waiting all day for this one. Women absolutely killed it. The men brought it to a next level. Participant number 1, it's Rey Mysterio. Participant number 2, making his Royal Rumble debut. He has been having matches on Raw lately. It's our man Penta, who has zero miedo. At one point during this early exchange, I thought I saw both Penta's feet hit the ground, but apparently it was only one foot, which was absolutely confusing. Entrant number 3 is Chad Gable, and announcers going over his history with the Luchadors. Rey and Penta double team him, hit combination moves on him for a little bit. Then number 4, Carmelo Hayes, who starts teaming with Chad Gable to take out the Luchadors. At one point, then Hayes goes to eliminate Chad Gable, and they trade moves for a little bit. Entrant number 5, we got another luchador. It's Santos Escobar from Legado del Fantasma. And he comes in, Little House of Fire, kind of goes after Rey Mysterio first, because they got a long history. Entrant number 6, it's the main man, Otis, one half of Alpha Academy. One point we see Otis and Chad Gable having a little stare down. They get into it, including Chad Gable with an amazing suplex on Otis. That was mind-bogglingly cool. Entrant number 7, the Intercontinental Champion, Braun Breaker whose old man, Rick Steiner, is in the building. Goes in, hits a spear on Hayes, automatically eliminates him. Santos Escobar steps up, he gets eliminated. Entrant number 8, it was supposed to be the other half of Alpha Academy and Akira Tozawa, but he doesn't make it to the ring as he's attacked by Carmelo Hayes. We then see a couple of officials come out, bring Akira Tozawa back to gorilla position where Triple H is. And he's asking, can Akira go? Can Akira go? Officials are like, no, he can't do this. He can't enter the Rumble. So Triple H is looking around for a replacement. Sees I Show Speed, the YouTuber. So he makes his entrance. He's the now official entrant at number 8. Gets in the ring, helps Braun Breaker eliminate Otis. And then as I Show Speed is celebrating, he gets hit with a massive spear by Braun Breaker. Breaker then military presses I Show to the outside, who is then caught by Otis, who then just backdrops him into the announce table for the elimination. That was... I will say I am not a fan of non-wrestlers being in the Rumble. However, Speed showed some athleticism. He's kind of like his boy Logan Paul. And honestly, I don't think it was that waste of a spot. Maybe. We'll go from there. Entrant number 9, Celtic Warrior Sheamus. In WWE, bring back his old song. His old song was a banger. Number 10, it's Jimmy Uso. Number 11, we got Andrade. Number 12, we got the Samoan Werewolf and seemingly new leader of the New Blood. It's Jacob Fatu. He goes right in. Pretty much no sells a big couple of maneuvers from Rey Mysterio. Eliminates him, Chad Gable, and Andrade in turn. Next entrant, number 13, it's Ludwig Kaiser. And Kaiser takes his time getting into the ring. He doesn't enter at first. He gets in, looks to eliminate Penta. Penta then switches position, dumps him over. So, and then we checked the timing. It does not break Santino's record. So, but we're getting closer. Number 14, it's The Miz. Always good to see The Miz. Number 15, big old surprise. It's TNA World Heavyweight Champion. I believe in Joe Hendry. Who gets right in, hits a, what does he call his move? The Ovation, I think he calls it. Which, definitely a really great move. Number 16. Making his return to the Royal Rumble for the first time in 5 years. The Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Gets right in. Spear to Miz. Bye. And actually, before that happens, we have Joe Hendry getting the crowd to do the We Will Rock You. And then in the corner, you see Sheamus joining in. Jacob Fatu then hits a big old super kick on him. Sheamus and Jacob go face to face. Sheamus like, I was really enjoying that. Why you gotta be an ass? Which is funny. Roman Reigns comes in, just runs through everybody. Eliminates Sheamus, eliminates Joe Hendry. Braun Breaker then hits a wild spear on Roman. Goes to eliminate him. But then Roman switches places. Spear eliminates Braun Breaker. And then we see Jimmy Uso on his knees, helping Roman Reigns up. It looks like we're going to see the Bloodline reunited. Bam! Super kick by Jacob Fatu, who then eliminates Jimmy Uso. So that was very short-lived. Number 17, it's Drew McIntyre. Always good to see him. Goes right after Roman Reigns. Number 18, I don't know if he was injured or if it was just storyline. We got Finn Balor's return with some of the worst music I've ever heard out of him. So he gets in. He joins in with the Drew beatdown of Roman Reigns. Number 19, Shinsuke Nakamura. Always good to see the U.S. champ in town. And then we finally see Finn Balor, after a hard-fought battle, eliminate Penta. So, great showing for Penta. Hopefully WWE has something fun for him for WrestleMania. Number 20, main event Jey Uso, who got a great reaction. Entire crowd yeeting their minds off. Gets right in, super kick, eliminates Nakamura. Entrant number 21, it's the phenomenal AJ Styles. He was out with a pretty bad leg injury, I think it was. So good to see him back. He and Nakamura have Jacob Fatu have an interesting little exchange until we see entrant number 22. It's the monster among men, Braun Strowman, who Jacob Fatu bloodied at the last Saturday night's main event. And I know I see people saying, I'd like to see them sell that more. I would like to see them do something more with that. I'm okay with Braun Strowman coming in here. He's pretty much the, how can we eliminate this guy, dude? So he comes in, gets Fatu in the power slam position, just dumps him over the top. In which, I guess that's going to be the program going forward, which we never got a true winner of that. I'm absolutely game. Then Jacob Fatu takes one of the announcer's chairs, tosses it in the direction of Braun Strowman. Number 23. It's John Cena, who comes in, hits an attitude adjustment on Strowman, eliminates him. Finn Balor tries his luck. Cena eliminates him. And then we get the face-off. Cena and Roman. 2 generations of Vince guys. Staring down. Number 24. It's CM Punk. In which the crowd goes wild. He slides in. We have a 3-way standoff in the ring. Cena's kind of inching closer. Then he backs off. 3, 2, 1. Number 25, it's Seth freaking Rollins. And Rollins goes right after Punk. Rowan and Cena have a nice exchange. It's the star power in this Rumble, man. This is great. And then we have number 26, it's Dominic Mysterio, who hits an impressive frog splash onto Cena. Which, that was pretty dope. Number 27, it's Sami Zayn. Also getting a good reaction. He eventually hits a haluva kick on Styles, which, that was awesome. Number 28, it's Damian Priest, who makes a beeline to Dominic Mysterio. It's a combination of kicks. Dom has Priest set for the 619, goes for it, Priest gets up. South of Heaven chokeslam. Dumps him over the top rope. Then number 29, it's L.A. Knight. Yeah. Gets in the ring. We have Jay and Sammy struggling to eliminate. I think it was either Cena or no, it was Seth. Jay goes for a super kick on Seth. Seth moves. Jay hits Sammy with the super kick. So he's eliminated. And now number 30. He got probably the biggest bunch of boos you could ever hear. It's Logan Paul. In which I completely forgot he was in this Rumble. So, boo. So then, here's where something interesting happened. And apparently this skeeved off Drew McIntyre. So Drew was on his way to eliminate Damian Priest. Then he kind of bumps into LA Knight, who's trying to get some stuff in on someone else. So that, I guess, curbs the trajectory a little bit. So then Priest eliminates Drew. So apparently, backstage, Drew threw more than a bit of a hissy fit, complaining about LA Knight trying to do stuff, while apparently the plan was to have Drew versus Priest at WrestleMania, which, interesting. But that leads to the Drew elimination. So then LA Knight has Logan Paul in like a bow and arrow position on the outside of the ropes. He then lets go. It launches Logan to the announce table, which he lands on. At that point, Knight hits a BFT on Damian Priest, tosses him out. Then AJ Styles eliminates LA Knight with a clothesline. Paul at that point is on the barricade, jumps to the ring steps, and I forget who Styles was focusing on, but Logan Paul grabbed him, pulled him down to the outside for the elimination. I would not mind Logan Paul AJ Styles feud for WrestleMania. I think that could be a lot of fun. So then, one point we see Seth Rollins going for a diving move. Punk catches him. GTS eliminates him. Then he and Roman Reigns gets into it. Roman misses on a spear, hits the ropes. Punk with a clothesline over the top rope for the Roman elimination. And as Punk is taunting both Seth and Roman on the outside, Logan Paul comes up from behind him, dumps him over the top rope. So we have our final three: Logan Paul, John Cena, and main event Jey Uso. So then we see Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk. They're all arguing with one another. Then Seth hits a stomp on Roman Reigns on the outside. Then he and Punk start brawling. Then, as Punk is down, Seth gets into the face of Paul Heyman. And now Roman Reigns is on the exposed ring step. Seth comes back, stomp right into the ring step, which that was crazy. Then we see Seth leave. We see Punk get into Paul Heyman's face saying, "You owe me." And then he walks off. We then see a couple of officials pick Roman Reigns up and get him to the back via the crowd, which is very interesting. So then we go back to the action. Cena has both Logan Paul and Jey Uso ready for a double stacked AA. Jey Uso slips off, hits a super kick on Logan Paul, and then John Cena clotheslines him over the top. So our final two for Royal Rumble, Jey Uso and John Cena. Crazy. And Cena and Jey Uso go back and forth, with Jey Uso trying to attempt a super kick. It gets caught by Cena. Eventually, Jey hits a spear. And then they both try to eliminate each other. They're both on the apron. Jey Uso with a super kick. Cena is out, but he hangs on with one arm. Cena then picks Jey Uso up for the AA. Jey Uso slips back into the ring behind Cena, pushes him off the apron, and eliminates Cena. And you could just see just the look on Cena's face. It was something else. So you're a winner and going to the main event of WrestleMania. It's main event Jey Uso. So, I'm going to say this. I know there's a couple people online who are a little mad about this. Not me. Is he the best wrestler on the planet? Absolutely not. However, I think his ascension to the main event level needed something like this. I mean, plus, he's got the entire crowd behind him. He sells a ton of merch. He always gets a good reaction. And just seeing the entire crowd just yeeting along with him, celebrating, seeing the announcers, did this old heart good. It was a great moment, and honestly, very well deserved, I think. And for all you haters out there, all I say is, yeet! Also, let's try to just enjoy this road. You remember what happened last year with Rock and Roman and Cody? Who knows what could happen on this road to WrestleMania? It could be absolutely nuts. So let's strap in. Let's see what Triple H has got cooking up. Because I believe. Anyway, so that is my review for this year's Royal Rumble. I hope you all enjoyed not only the review, but the Rumble itself, because I had a ton of fun with this show. This was great. Friday, gonna be my review for Raw, NWA Power, and AEW Dynamite. Then on Monday, it's gonna be SmackDown and Collision. So hopefully you guys stay tuned for that. And until next time, happy wrestling, everybody. Peace. Oop. No.